Hello again. So we are going to actually change this composite for Mission Kids. I have already recreated the darkroom composite, which you're seeing in front of you on the screen. I've reorganized the kids to be in some sort of order, meaning one class is here and then the next class, and then they're alphabetical within. Because I realized from the last time we were there that we did have names on these photo cells and at the top for the teachers. So I now have this ready to go. I'm going to show you now how you add the names. I'm going to go to the Enhance tab, and I'm going to go to Retouch, click on the brush. Should open my photo here in Photoshop. It creates it as a JPEG and then opens it in Photoshop automatically. So let's give it a minute, and then I'm going to show you how I add the names to this file. So it's again, it launches Photoshop. You can see it's down here kind of with a orange blinking light to tell me it's open. I could just save this photo now, but that's not what I want to do. I want to go into Photoshop, so there's my picture. First thing I'm going to do is add a text layer. So I'm going to go to the horizontal type toolbar. Let's start with row 1 here. There's 6 kids here. I'm using the Alt tab to select through what I have open on my computer. I'm going to go right here to the Mission Kids roster. You can see it up there. I've done a lot of data manipulation. I'm not going to go through that now, but we're going to use this column right here. So I'm going to grab the first 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, copy, go back into Photoshop, and then Control V to paste those in. I can tell right away. I'm going to do Control A to select all that. First of all, I don't want them to be in white font. I want it black, of course. Click that. Okay. And then I also don't want it centered. I want it to be left justified. I think the font's a little big. Comic Sans is fine. I'm going to change the font to 10 point. Let's take a look at that. It looks like that should work for the most part. Of course, a name like this we're going to have to play around with. Matthew Lofton Carter isn't going to fit under a photo, but we'll work with it. Okay, so I'm going to go to the top. I just did Control Home. I'm going to center that under the first kid. I hit the End key, and then I hit the space bar, and then I hit Delete. And it pops up to, deletes the space between the next line, or brings up the next line. So I'm going to just use the space key. It's kind of all visual here. Theodore Lee's going to go there. He almost fits. Let's see. I think he could stay there. Let's see. So if I keep doing this and then load in, since the kids on either side don't have such a long name, it actually worked. So I'm going to leave it at that. And again, Noel, like that. And finally, Chase. The other thing I do when I'm doing this is I look at the pictures just to be sure that, like for instance, in this case, they're all boys, and they're all boys' names. I don't know, Jace, I guess, could be interchangeable. But that looks pretty good. So when I have it where I want it, hit the click button so it creates that as a layer. I'm going to go here to start another text layer. Again, Alt Tab to get to the roster. Going to grab and copy the remaining names, Alt Tab, and then select Photoshop, Control V, gets it in place. I'm at the bottom, so I want to do Control Home. That gets me to the top of this, and then I move it over to where I want it for the first one. I hit the End key, the space key, the Delete key. Just like that, and then the second name pops up. Good. End, space, delete, Eden, Okay, it's a girl, so that's good. N space delete. A lot of boys in this class. Daniel. N space delete. And Kayla. So that looks good. I'm going to hit the click again. So there you've got the kids' names. Then I'm going to do the teachers and directors. So I have them in that Word file also, or Excel file. I'm going to go back to it. I've got them down here. Here they are. Miss Naomi, these 4 ladies. And I put them in the order of the photos already, so it would be easier to do. Go back out here, Control V, right? Okay. Oh, now I see in this case I need to move this over, so I'm going to actually click to save that as a layer where it is. Then using the Move button over here, I'm going to, now that I've got that, I'm going to move it back to where it needs to be. Then I can go back to the text tool, make sure I highlight and get into that same text box. And let's see, that's a big name, huh? Miss Catherine Williams. You know, for this one, it's going to look weird, isn't it? You know, I think I'm going to do, because I don't really know how they go by, but I'm going to say MS instead of Miss, MS period, so I got a little more, room to work with. Okay, and then I'm going to move out here. One thing with this, it's very slow. I end up getting impatient, so sometimes I'll just use the mouse, and with the cursor I'll go where I want to go because it just takes too darn long. Let's see, is that going to work out? I think what I'm going to do with her, it's just, I don't know, let's see. It's still not, I'm using the mouse because it's too slow to move around, in my opinion. For now, I'll leave it there just to keep going with this video here. Hit the N space. And again, you know, if you hold and press and hold, I should say, the space bar, it'll move pretty quickly. That's a little too far. I backed it up 1. N space delete. And go back. Oh, but I want to be consistent, don't I? So I have to make these MS. MS period. Okay. Now you gotta shift her over a little. That's too far. There's a little lag with this, so it kind of is annoying sometimes. Let's see. Okay. I think that'll be good. And then this period. Nancy and okay. And then I'm gonna go to the end and hit return because I want to put their titles. She's the director of the school. The rest are teachers. We're just going to call them teachers. T-E-A-C-H-E-R. There's no J in teacher. Sorry about that. Teacher. And again, over here, I don't like how that Catherine Williams looks, but I'm not going to fix that for now. I just want to, for the sake of keeping this video not any longer, I'm just going to leave it as it is to let you get the idea. So let's space out here. She is T-E-A-C-H-E-R. Okay. Should move that a little bit. Anyway, for now that's good. Hit click to save, or checkbox to save the layer. So now I've got in layers. I'm going to do File, Save As, and in this case I want to save it in composites. I want to save it as a PSD file in layers, and I want to call it the same thing as before. So it's Mission Kids Composite. Get rid of all this. Go. Save. That's fine. Alright. And then I'm going to flatten it. And you know what I'm going to do next. Control Alt S. I'm going to save it as a JPEG. It's going to say it already exists. And I'm going to replace the one I did before. Yes, I do want to. Again, if it's at 10, you want to hit 12 or enter 12, hit enter. And then Control Alt S one more time to save it as a PDF. And PDF and go. And it's okay. It's okay. And small file size. It looks good. Save and save retouched. And that's that. Okay. Bye.